Hey YouTube, I'm back at it again. I guess, it's hit the fan like I always thought it was going to. Joe Budden's interviewed Tasha K. Because Tasha K in New York City getting in the car, she was promoting the whole car, thing that she was getting into the car service that she used or whatever. Right. Okay, that was going around. And she did an interview with Lag TV. Well, now Tasha K has came out and said something. Let me throw my copy right up there real quick because all the girls be out here fighting and be mad because I'm here doing what I gotta do. Y'all see the copyright disclaimer because we're about to get into some things. Even though Tasha K said that we can all share the video, I'm gonna listen. I'm about to play this video. I'm gonna break it down like a shotgun because I already knew, and I'm not trying to be funny towards Tasha K, but Joe Buttons, I already knew when I heard on the curb that you did the interview with Tasha K that it was gonna be a problem. But let's get into what Tasha K has to say because she said a lot without saying a lot, but you know how Tasha K is. Let's get into some things.
Yes, I need the moderators dropping the link to Adam's interview with me. Shout out to Adam. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate No Jumper. And I want to come on here and say something because I have to say it. And I talk with, I was kind of wrestling back and forth. And then, once I had some time to really ponder on things, because that's what I do. I think a lot. I overthink. I said, I got to say this because if I don't say it, you guys expect for black media to be as fair and have as much integrity as possible. You guys expect that from us. You deserve that. With all this fake news and fake narratives going on, especially during heightened times like this where, we got AI in the mix and people can make it up or, it's hard to really hone in on that authenticity. And I want to tell you something that I did that I'm not proud of, and, that's what this platform is for. It's not to judge anyone. We come, we get enlightened, we laugh at our problems, and we come with, we leave with ideas, whether it's inspiration, whether it's, just feeling good and knowing that life is really not that serious, And so I did something that I shouldn't have done, but I'm glad I did it because it will never happen again. So when we were putting together our PR run, okay, for our October 20th Wine, Gossip, and Comedy show in Miami, everybody has been reaching out to me to an interview. Everybody. I have turned down, we in Miami 4 times. 4 times. Like, I have been turning down everybody. Okay? And I'm like, I'm not ready because I'm really focusing on my brand. I don't want no one out here to create a narrative for my brand. So when I go to speak on other people's platforms, they're going to know that the brand is solidified and there's nothing you can do to change that narrative. But I said, but if I ever give that one interview, it's got to be with black media. And it's got to be with someone who I feel is not afraid, it's got to be with somebody that I feel that is not afraid to allow the truth to come out, but still remain objective, right? And take an objective stance. Not take sides, but be the platform, okay, that people want to watch, but still remain non-biased and objective. So people can draw what they want from it. And I really honestly thought, because I thought long and hard that was going to be Joe Budden. I said, I could have sat down with anybody to give that one, right? Because my interview with Adam is nothing compared to what I did for Joe Budden. I said, it's got to be black media. And it's got to be somebody that I feel has been objective. And I've watched his approach to everything that I've had going on. And he's always been very objective, in my opinion. I felt like, you know, he didn't mind speaking out or calling out the bullshit, you know, and being professional about it, but at the same time calling it for, you know, for what it is, because he's shared some of his own shit, you know, like when Rory and Mal left, you know, I saw him go through that, you know, and that's hard, you know, when you both of your hosts leave you, and you got to figure out what to do, and this narrative is being spared about you. Or when Tahiri and all these other women were trying to say that he was a woman beater, right? And I never picked up those stories because I didn't believe them. I just did not believe they did, you know, he did what they said he did at the time because, you know, of where it came from. You know, I'm like, you know, there's a way that, you know, women go about, you know, explaining domestic violence and all this, and I just didn't feel that it was coming from a great place. And I'm just telling you from what I've observed. And so I was like, with someone who's been falsely accused of things, and he's still been able to rise above all of the negativity, and he understands what it's like to be the underdog, and how you see people that you feel is not even better than you get bigger contracts than you, get treated better. Why are these streaming services lowballing me but highballing them, and I'm putting in the work day by day? I now understand why nobody fucks really with Joe. Joe is all bark but no bite. All bark but no bite. Meaning he says what people want to hear to get their attention. But when it comes to putting the money on the table to pay the bill, you gonna have to be knocking on that door looking for that money. You said you was gonna do this. And he has every right to do what he wants to do with his platform. This is not what this is about. This is about him getting it out the mud, having to rebrand himself after they labeled him a drug addict, a woman beater, all of these things. But I should have known that when he sat his ass on Drink Champs and he said out his own mouth that when Jay-Z calls, he gets scared. And I said that to him in the interview that I did. I said, you and I, you know, even though we're the same, but the way you move and the way I move is different. Jay-Z can't call me and tell me to bark. He can't call me and tell me to bite. Jay-Z don't pay none of y'all bills, but for you to be a black man to sit up and just bow down to this other black man and he ain't did a motherfucking thing for you, he didn't even remember saying that. But then when I hear, you know, oh, he's got to comb through the interview, he's got to make sure this and make sure that, I bodied each and every one of those black men to the point that all of them said after they were done, we're winos. Tasha, you can come back here anytime you want. I sat outside and I had a conversation with this black man. I said, you know what's sad? Is that we cannot, as black media, stick together for the betterment of the people. And he was like, black media will never do it. Black media will never do it. And now, he's literally owning up to his own words. We're black media. We're not supposed to be friends. We're not supposed to have industry colleagues to the point where it affects the work. When it starts to affect your work and your judgment, when a BBL starts to fuck with your mind and your dick, and you make bad decisions based off of outside aesthetics, and you ignore doing the right thing, but when the BBL turns around and tries to say you kicked babies out of her stomach and broke ribs, now you want the non-BBL bitch to speak up for you. This is the type of nigga that Joe Budden is, and I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his fake ass in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick. That he did exactly what the BBL told him to do, because just like every other weak ass black man, they choose ass over bills. Now I want y'all to clip this. Yes, ass. Fucking right I'm mad. And you want us to settle. That's why you chose a black woman. Shout out to Melissa Ford. But let me say something. I said this to her. You chose Melissa Ford for that platform because she would never stand up to your bitch ass. You are the type that hates women with a fucking voice. So when they cry and say, oh, somebody did this to me, you feel sorry for the pussy until the rabbit got the gun on your bitch ass, calling you a drug addict, calling you a woman beater. But you innocent. But you ain't take the time to read my case, nigga. You ain't never picked up the motherfucking court documents. You just believe that bitch because she got a BBL and a pussy. The same bitch that'll turn around and say you kicked the baby out her stomach. Don't fucking play with me. So yes, I'ma push this cracker above you. And I will never in my life ever consider color or expect a black man such as yourself to have a black woman's back. And the next time these bitches get up and say you beat their ass, I'm a fucking believer. The same way you believe that bitch. Now consider that ass back, nigga. Now head over to No Jumper and you watch that interview and you get to know Tasha K and everything I fucking built myself with my black African husband who's not afraid to stand up to no nigga, including you. You fake. You fake. All talk, no backbone, and your motherfucking ass bitch. Now that's why I called you gay.
Now, Joe, you have to come on this side of YouTube, baby. Yeah, come on this side, baby. Because we want to ask you a couple of questions. You know I fucks with you heavy. I love me some Joe Buttons. But at the end of the day, let me tell you something. When you dealing with a person like Tasha K, you have to have all your T's and your dots crossed and everything of that nature. When you did that interview, you already knew she was probably going to be talking about Cardi B. You know you got a relationship with Cardi B. For you to sit up there and not post this interview, because that's what she's indicating. She basically indicating that he may not post the interview. And I've been looking for this interview. And I'm waiting for it to get on his docket. I'm waiting for him to get on his channel. Because I want to see it now. Now I definitely want to see it. Because now you got Tasha K out here calling you. You know what I'm saying? So now it's making everybody want to see this interview with Tasha K and Joe Buttons. Joe Buttons, I hope you are ready for this different type of YouTube that you are used to. But it's getting ready to go down. All those awards you just won, be ready to come to the ghetto side of YouTube, where people is definitely going to talk about you. And Tasha K already called you out. And we're going to see what you're going to say from it. You understand what I'm saying? She already told everybody to post this. That means she wants everybody to post it. So that means nobody shouldn't be getting flagged. Here's the thing, Joe. Here's the thing. Because now you know I watch you. I fucks with you heavy. When I do my review, I don't need to be flagged by the Joe Buttons Network. Because I just want to give my perspective on it. I'm just letting it be known right now that I will be giving my perspective on this. I am listening for this rebuttal. Because I know Joe is going to have something to say. Matter of fact, let me see if he got something to say now on Instagram. Because this is hitting the airways right now. Now, from what I see on Joe Buttons' Instagram, I don't see nothing about the Tasha K interview. I don't see him saying nothing about what she had to say so far. It just got out on YouTube, so Like I said, I'm respected for him to rebuttal because that's what Joe Budden does. And if he don't, he's gonna say something because that's what type of man he is. He's not gonna run away from no Tasha K. Okay? Not when he feel like he's bigger than her, and he is. So, with that being said, y'all heard what Tasha K says. She calling out Joe Budden on the way she feel about him. And I feel like he's trying to, like, not put out the interview. Because, you know, he had something to say about bongos. And he said bongos is not going to last. Bongos is going to flop. Now, at that point, he was right. But I want to hear what he got to say about Miss Tasha K now. Because at the end of the day, I already knew that this was going to happen. Because, I don't want to say because Tasha K gives off that vibe. But all her interviews can't be, you know. She got to throw somebody underneath the bus to promote these interviews. And to get her name out there relevant again. Her name is relevant because she's in a Cardi B court case. But at the end of the day, people is only watching Tasha K now like for the stuff like this. I really wanted to see that Joe Budden's interview with Tasha K because I watched Joe Budden's. So when I seen him post it up and she said she was coming out of there, and I seen her coming out the building from the interview, I said, okay, Tasha K is going to be on Joe Budden's network. I didn't like it because I already know how Tasha K gives it up. She did it the same thing with Arn Hammy. She did the same thing with Jaguar Wright. Look at her and T.S. Madison. They going through it right now. And she was thick as thieves with T.S. Madison when it came to the Nick at Night situation. Let's talk about it. So, my thing is, I already knew that something was going to happen between these two. Because, you know, she got to call out somebody. And right now she's promoting the Adam 22 interview. Y'all heard her. She's promoting that interview. So what does that tell you? That tells me that we might not never get to see that interview behind Joe Budden's. That's what that tells me. Tells me that the way she's barking on him is like he's trying to suppress that interview from coming out. And maybe he did. Who knows? But we will see in the up and coming weeks because it should be dropping. If it is going to drop, it should be dropping soon, right? Right. Like all Joe Budden's things. I see that he got a whole thing up here with Mario. So that means he's up here with Mario. I see he got Tyrese up here on the platform. So that means he's doing a lot more guests. Like I said, I love Joe Budden's, but I already knew this was going to be a problem. I was just waiting for it to go down. And people be like, oh, E, so you just wait for the negativity? No, but when I know it's going to be negativity, I am on my toes. Okay? So, y'all heard what Tasha K had to say. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, YouTube. My name is Eve DeWeed. Please like, share, and subscribe. I got to go, YouTube. Later.